Hey guys, let's talk about something that is really cool that I have not yet used, but it came with this truck, and you may have it on your truck also. There is an option that you could get on these trucks for 2022, and I assume that it's still on the 2023 models, called the trailer tow group. And it was a $1,100 option, but it has some pretty cool stuff in it. Now, one of the things that came in that kit, or that package I mean, is the trailer steering control on the dash. I personally don't care about that. I experimented with it in a video last year. I don't really like it. You know, I still think if you're somebody who's been towing for a long time, you know, you've got decades of experience under your belt towing trailers and backing up trailers, trying to use that system on the dash with the knob is going to actually be foreign to you, and it's going to actually be more difficult, you know, because after you've done it for a long time, your brain just learns which way you have to turn the wheel to make the trailer go where you want. So trying to use the knob on the dash to turn the trailer is kind of reverse of what you've learned, actually. So I just don't like that feature. I think it's a complete waste of time, and it's a gimmick. There's a look at the trailer steering system. If your truck has this feature, you'll see this knob on your dash. And it's really interesting timing on this video, because just yesterday, while I was working on editing this video, I got a notice in the mail that there is now another recall on these Rams. So if you have this trailer steering control system in your truck, it is under recall now. Something about the software causes the rear view camera to potentially check out on you. And since the rear view camera is a federally mandated item now, they have to make sure that that is working correctly. So if you've got one of these trucks and you've got that trailer steering system on there, just head to your dealership. They'll run your VIN number, and they can, I guess, do a software update for you and get that patched up. But so there's some other things in that package, though, that are really cool. One of them is the trailer brake controller. So you've got an integrated brake controller in the truck on the dash, which obviously is very useful, one of those must-have things. And you've also got a feature called the TTPMS, the trailer tire pressure monitoring system. So if you ordered that package on your truck, the trailer tow group, for $1,100, you should have a big plastic bag like this somewhere in your truck. And one of the things it should have in it is a set of TPMS sensors with a hardware kit. Hopefully you can see that. And this comes with 4 of them, but you can buy more of these. And the purpose of this is so that you can have these sensors installed in the trailer tires. And you can do, according to the manual, you can monitor up to 12 different wheels and tires across a total of 4 different trailers. So let's say you've got a bass boat, and you've got an enclosed trailer like we do, and you've got an equipment trailer also. You can buy additional sensors from the dealership or online, and you can have all of those tires and axles on your various trailers monitored on the dash. And the reason this is super cool for me is because on these 8.5-foot wide enclosed trailers, you can't look in the mirrors and see your tires. The trailer is so wide that the body of the trailer covers up the wheels and tires. And like I said, looking in the mirror, you can't see your tires at all. You have no idea what condition your tires are in going down the highway. You know, and it's pretty noisy going down the highway. You've got wind noise and engine noise and traffic noise and everything else. So you can't really hear what's going on 30 feet behind you either. So by using this system, you can monitor on the dash what's going on with your trailer tires back there. And that's going to be a super cool feature that we're going to try out here and see how it works. So again, it comes with 4 if you order that package with your truck, and you also have the hardware kit there. And this is perfect for me because I have 2 axles on my trailer, 4 tires. So I'm going to go down to the tire shop and have this installed. And then I'll show you on the dash and with the trailer how to set this system up. So I just got back from the tire shop, and they put the sensors in there for me. One thing that I will caution you on is these sensors that they give you, they have really long valve stems, and it's a hard valve stem. It's not a flexible rubber one. It's a hard one, and I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but the cap actually sticks out farther than the wheel. So that means this valve stem is going to be somewhat prone to damage. So if you do, I don't know why you would, but if you do drag your trailer through the woods or down off-road trails or whatever the case might be, not that you're going to be rock crawling with your trailer, but I mean, some of these off-road parks we go to have some pretty rough entrances to get into them. You're going to have to keep an eye on this and watch for it. Try not to get it up against a curb or rocks or stumps or anything, because obviously you don't want to rip that off. But anyway, the sensors are all installed. I did go ahead and have them balance these trailer tires while they had them there. And as you would expect, the weight ended up being opposite of the valve stem and the new sensor. So now all we have to do is the pairing process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these wheels out next to the axles in the order that I'm going to have them on the trailer. Since they're all identical, obviously it doesn't matter. So we're just going to take them and lay them out here, and then we'll go inside the truck and I'll show you how the process works to pair these things up. So I have laid the wheels out in the order I'm going to put them on the trailer. Again, all of these are identical, so it doesn't really matter, but I just got the tires and the wheels laid out next to the axles instead of going ahead and putting them on. And the reason why is because a part of this pairing procedure is that you have to deflate the tires. So obviously after you deflate them and they pair to the truck, then you're going to have to take them over to your air compressor and air them back up. And my air compressor is over there. So I'm just going to leave them off the trailer for now until the pairing process is complete. And then I can just carry the tires over there and restore the normal air pressure to them. So let's get in the truck. And my truck has the 8.5-inch screen. Say hi to my rubber ducky up there, by the way. Anyhow, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn the ignition to the on position. And then we're going to go to vehicle. And I'm going to scroll down here to where it says trailer. All right, and here's my trailer number 1. That's the one that I'm going to assign for this, this box trailer back here. Let me close the door so the ding, ding, ding will stop. So let's hit trailer number 1. And down here where it says tire pressure, it says set up all tires. And then it gives you a diagram. Let me zoom in a little more here. So you can see that it assigns these numbers to each wheel and tire. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I have 2 axles and 4 tires. So that's good to go. So we're going to hit next. Enter your target tire pressure. So here what you want to do is look at your tires and check the side walls and see where you want to run your tires. Just because the tire says it'll have, let's say for example, my tires are 8-ply, so the maximum PSI is 65. That doesn't necessarily mean that I want to run them at 65 pounds. So you just have to make that determination, and then we're going to punch in here what our target tire pressure is, because that's the tire pressure that the system's going to use to monitor. So if you go below that, it'll flag you. So I think I'm actually going to use 50 PSI as my target. That's probably where I'm going to run mine, because I'm not going to have my trailer at maximum capacity. So 50 PSI is below the maximum allowed in the tires, but it's still plenty high enough to handle anything that I'm going to throw at it. So I'll go ahead and use 50 PSI. We'll hit next. And then this is pretty cool because it walks you through it. And it says that the tire sensors, the tire sensors must be paired in the order shown. So you start with tire 1, then you go 2, 3, and 4. And what you're going to do is you're going to deflate the tires. It says by 5 PSI. And you're going to wait for the horn to chirp. So we're going to go out there, we're going to start with number 1, we're going to start letting air out of the tire. And when the truck beeps at us, that means that it has paired with that sensor. And then we're going to repeat that process for the other ones. And it does tell you that it could take up to 3 minutes for the vehicle to pair. So hopefully that doesn't happen, because if I'm deflating a tire for 3 minutes, it's going to be flat. So let's go out here and get started. We'll hit start. So here we go. Let's go outside the truck and see what happens. You can see that tire number 1 is orange, and it's the one waiting to be paired. All right, so I'm going to grab my little tire tool here, and we will start with number 1. And as I'm deflating this, let's listen for the horn to chirp, or honk, I guess I should say. Did you hear that? It honked. So let's go check out the screen and see what it tells us. So after you hear it honk, it will tell us that sensor number 1 pairing is complete. So now it has gone on to number 2. Number 2 is now orange, and it's ready for that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys watch the screen while I go around and continue to deflate these tires one by one, so you can kind of see what it is that you're going to notice on the screen as this process is going through. So now I'm deflating tire number 2. And you heard the honk. So now we're ready to move on to tire number 3, which is going to be the passenger. This one. This is a really cool system. I'm going to really enjoy this. All right, I heard a honk, so there's number 3. So hopefully on the screen up there in the truck, you can see how this is working. It's actually a pretty simple process. And there we go. Excuse me, that was the last one. So now that we have them set to 50 psi, all I have to do now is wheel those tires back over to my air compressor and restore them to 50 psi, and the system should be good to go. I'm gonna hop back in the truck here now. So as you can see, it says the tire pressure monitor setup is successful. Remember to reinflate your trailer tires to the proper pressure, obviously. So we'll hit finish. So that's all there is to it, guys. You just go through that process, and then, like I said, once you pair it to the system, then we will be able to look on our dash over here, because remember, you've got this menu over here also where you can monitor your tire pressures, and we will be able to also see things like there's my truck tire pressures, but we'll also be able to see the trailer tire pressures on there as well. And actually, there's what the screen looks like. I just switched over to the trailer tire setting, and you can see right now my tires are all over the map. So I'm going to go through and put them all at 50 psi, but It's really cool that you can see this, like I said, from the dash. So in my case, you know, if you look out the mirror, boy, that's a lot of glare. Obviously the tires are laying on the ground right now, but you can see how when the tires are mounted, you can't see them at all. Like you look out the mirror, you can't see the tires at all because they're up under the body of the trailer. So like I said, when you're going down the highway, you have no idea what's going on with your tires back there. And with this system, it's going to be really, really handy. So as far as the operation of this system goes, the manual tells us that when a tire is low, the instrument cluster will display a message stating trailer tire pressure low, and then the instrument cluster will then display the TTPMS graphic showing the pressure values of each tire. So that's pretty neat. It will give you warnings. Now, the interesting thing here, it says in this section here, trailer sensors detected do not match active trailer. The trailer sensors detected do not match active trailer message will be displayed in the instrument cluster when the trailer sensors being received by the module do not match the trailer sensors paired to the current trailer number selected. So you do have to keep that in mind as well. But like I said, guys, I think this is going to be cool. Like I keep saying, the older I get, the more I'm thinking about safety. I used to never think about safety. Well, I mean, I did, but I didn't really get all bent out of shape about it. I didn't really care. But the older you get, the more you realize the liability, and you have a lot more on the line, you know. So I want to be as safe as I can, especially when my family's in the truck with me. And like I said, it's going to be really nice to be able to look at the dash and know what's going on with these trailer tires now. So got any questions about the system, you can post them below. Can't wait to go out and try it out, but I think it's going to be a really nice feature. One of the things that really is handy about the trailer tow group, which is expensive, but if you're going to pull a trailer, it's well worth it. And I highly recommend that you check off that box for the trailer tow group if you're ordering one of these new Ram 1500s. That's all I got for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the trails.